some, April 7th is just another Friday, but to others it means more because today is National Beer Day. Ansley joins us at Cognition Brewing Company in Ishpeming this morning. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Andrew. Well, of course, since it's National Beer Day, it's only appropriate that we did go to a brewery. So we are here at Cognition Brewing Company, where the head brewer, Brian Richards, he's actually working on something right now this very morning. And later in the hour, he's going to walk us through step by step of what he's doing and how he does it. It's a very interesting process, so you'll definitely want to stay with us. Reporting live in Ishpeming, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
Ansley, thank you very much. Thanks to Brian for joining us this morning as well. And as we start up this Friday morning, Cognition Brewing Company in Ishpeming is making something special just in time for National Beer Day. Ansley joins us again to tell us more about what's happening. Good morning, Ansley.
And good morning, Andrew. Well, we're coming from Cognition Brewing Company in Ishpeming. Jay Clancy is the owner, joined me this morning. How are you doing this morning?
Just fine, thank you. It's National Beer Day.
It is National Beer Day. You actually know a little bit of history behind National Beer Day.
Yeah, National Beer Day actually commemorates the date in 1933 when Franklin Roosevelt signed into law the right of people to buy beer at 3.2%, which signaled the end of Prohibition, which had been going on for 13 years. Prohibition didn't actually end until December completely, but as of April 7th in 1933, people could go to a brewery and buy beer, and 1.5 million people did just that on that day.
Wow, and I can only imagine how many people are going to be having a beer today.
Slightly less than 1.5 million here, but we hope to have a good bunch, and across the country I'm sure it'll be many millions. So
absolutely. Well, yeah. We're kind of standing in the midst of where the magic happens here.
Exactly.
We're going to join here Brian Richards. He's a head brewer. He's been working on something this morning. So Brian, thanks for being with us this morning. Go ahead and talk to us. What are you doing right now?
Right now we're about halfway through our mash. What we've got in the tank here is just basically a big batch of cereal. Today we're using mostly Pilsner malt with a little bit of wheat and a little bit of caramel malt for some color and flavor. We're brewing a Belgian style beer called Saison. So right now what we're doing is we're converting all the starches in the grain to a fermentable sugar, which is going to be a food source for the yeast to chew on when we send it over to our fermentation tank. And then we'll, once we add the yeast, it will create alcohol and carbon dioxide as a byproduct. A couple weeks later, we're going to have a nice drinkable Belgian style Saison.
So you said this needs to stay in here for about an hour 15 minutes, is that right?
Yep. And then we're going to drain all the liquid out of here into our boil kettle.
Okay.
And that's where we add hops, and sometimes we'll add spices. And then once it's done in the boil kettle, we cool it down and send it to the fermentation tank and add our yeast.
I found it interesting. It all starts with the water. You actually have to do something special to the water to make this even happen first.
Well, yeah, we use reverse osmosis water, so we can do custom water profiles for every beer we do. So we can really dial in flavors that way, and we've got a lot of control over the final product.
All right, well, stay with us later in the hour. We're going to continue this process, and we'll continue from there. So thanks for being with us this morning.
No problem.
Reporting live in Ishpeming, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
Okay, thanks very much, Ansley. Looking forward to seeing what else is happening there later on this morning. It is 6:14. It's an unofficial holiday today, and Ansley is celebrating it at Cognition Brewing Company in Ishpeming. We head back there now with more. Ansley, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew. We're learning the whole process here at Cognition Brewing Company. My interview, I think, snuck into the cooler, so we're going to join him inside there. Jay Clancy, what? Jay, what are you doing in there? What is this? This is your cooler. There's a lot going out here.
These are the serving tanks. This is the finished product. From here, it goes straight out underneath the floor to the 12 taps we have at the bar.
Wow, very, very interesting. Is there a crowd favorite that you guys make by any chance?
Gnome Wrecker is our flagship beer, but they're all so good. A lot of people like every one of them, and we'll blend them. Some people drink only one. That's fine too, but we always encourage people to try them all.
Well, Brian Richards, he's the head brewer. He's been working really hard this morning as you're over in the cooler hanging out here, Jay. Brian, you've been showing us what you have been making this morning. Go ahead and explain, recap, what you've been making and how you've been doing it.
Today we're brewing a Belgian style Saison. Right now we're just transferring the liquid from the mash tun into my grant, through the pump, and then into our boil kettle. So we're basically leaving all the grain behind, drawing all the liquid out of the mash tun, and that's going to become the basis of our beer.
Okay, earlier we were stirring it up, and so you said the grain's going to be left in there, it's being transferred in here, and if we look behind us, that's where it's going to continue fermenting?
Yep. We're going to go over to the fermenters. The beer is going to spend about 10 days to 2 weeks in the fermenters. We'll add yeast, and that's when the whole process starts of creating the alcohol, and carbon dioxide is another byproduct of fermentation.
Now this whole process is quite a science. I'm actually really curious how you got into it, why you enjoy doing it.
I got into it just from homebrewing.
Uh-huh.
Or I guess I should say just for love of craft beer, and then kind of trying to learn how to create craft beer. And that's how most people get started, I think. Just it starts out as a hobby, and then sometimes it develops into more.
Is there any challenges you've had to overcome, or something you've made a really bad batch or anything?
I don't think we've had any really bad batch. We haven't dumped any beer since we've been open, but just learning how to scale it up to a bigger level. There's a big learning curve there, but we're still learning as we go, and trying to learn as much as we can every day, and I think it's been going pretty good so far.
Well, Jay, I've got to come back over to you. Is there any last words that you'd like to say about National Beer Day or about Cognition Brewing Company?
Please come to Cognition and celebrate National Beer Day with us. We're open at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Okay. Well, thank you both so much for being with us this morning. Reporting live in Ishpeming, Ansley Watson, and we'll be back with more of your TV6 Morning News after the break.